Why saving money won't make you wealthy. I can tell you one thing, that if you look at the general graph of someone that has a good salary, that saves a significant amount of their monthly salary to save up in order to achieve a specific sum, let's say $1 million in savings, that requires a long time. In this video, I will show you why making and saving money is not going to make you wealthy and rich. Welcome to my channel. My name is Luc Nicolas Villacritien, and my goal is to help aspiring entrepreneurs, men, build their business and escape the 9 to 5. Find true purpose in life and build a business around that purpose. So, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, leave behind a comment and a like, and let's get started. So, why saving money won't ever give you the possibility to do what you desire to do. Why? And I will show you in this design. I will show you why when you save a lot of money, what you do is basically you're accumulating a specific quantity of money that is not going to last you if you would stop working at a certain point. So imagine imagine a timeline. This is today. Okay, so we are in 2024 and you're watching this video and you are working a job, getting a good salary, and you're saving, let's say you're able to save a significant amount per year. Let's say you're able to save $30,000 a year. How many years would it take you to arrive approximately at 1 million? So roughly that would take you around 30 years. So it would take you 30 years to arrive at your goal of, let's say, of $1 million. Okay, so this is today, and that is with saving monthly. Let's say you're saving monthly 3K. All right, so that makes you arrive at 1 million in 30 years. If you're currently 30, it means that you will be 60 when you will have $1 million on your bank account. That is when perhaps you can consider retiring or stop working or do whatever it is that you desire to do when you have $1 million. But I can tell you one thing, 1 million may perhaps sound like a lot of money, but in theory actually isn't. And why isn't it that 1 million is not a lot of money? Because first of all, in those 30 years, you have an average of, let's say, of 2% inflation. Okay, so you have a 2% inflation, and that is without even taking into account the compounding effect of that 2% inflation. You already have 30 times 2%, which is a 60% increase in prices on everything. So imagine you want to buy a nice sailing boat when you're 60. That sailing boat, okay, that beautiful sailing boat that you wish to buy will be 60% higher in price than it is today. So actually, you're losing 60% of that $1 million. So in theory, you only have left over effectively 400K. So the situation, to be honest, doesn't look good in my eyes, from my perspective. So what you can do is then there is another alternative. The other alternative is actually building something that has no limits on income. So on one hand, we have a job, right? And a job simply has a limit on its income. There is always a certain limit. Even if you're in sales, even if you have huge sales commissions, there is always a limit. Whilst with a business, there is no limit. There is no limit. So that is the big distinction here, is that with a job, we have a limit, and with the business, we do not have a limit. So that is one of the biggest advantages of a job versus a business. Well, this video is not about comparing businesses with job. Okay, businesses with jobs is another topic entirely. But what I want to show you here is that if you have 30 years to save up, let's say 40 years if you're still 20 until your retirement, you still have 40 years to save up your income. I'm going to tell you upfront that is going to be very, very hard, especially if you have very specific goals that you want to be achieving in 40 years from now. Okay, that's going to be a very long road. So the other opportunity is actually to build something that compounds income over time. And there are specific vehicles to do that. Well, one of them is to build a business. The other one is to do, for example, investments. Okay, investments are actually assets that produce you that income over time. Okay, that income is actually accumulated through your assets. So imagine you, for example, you have real estate. That real estate increases in value over time. Or imagine you have stocks or you have bonds or whatever you have. These are all investment vehicles that actually can help you to arrive at your desired income targets, saved amount target. And just to give you one last concept, and that is when running a business, you have not only income as the business owner, but you also have dividends. So the advantage of income is that you have two components on which you receive that income. So you have your income and income from dividends. And the advantage is that if your business is doing well, so if your business has a profit, then your dividends your dividends are a very nice way to actually increase that wealth accumulation, that wealth growth that we mentioned before. So this is basically a very obvious thing I'm talking about, right? But a lot of people, they forget this component. They always look at how much can I earn, what is my current income, and how can I try to improve that income. But you have to actually approach it from a different perspective, and that is from the perspective of, if I want to be really in that timeline of 30 years, if I want to be able to really have financial freedom in those 30 years, what can I do today to actually build and arrive at that goal without having to work another 30 years? So the concept, for those that are patient enough to be still watching, to still be absorbing the information I'm sharing, is that imagine if you're building a business, okay? You're here today and you're struggling to launch your business, okay? This is your business. I'm really bad at drawing, but this is your business. And wait, let me draw a house. Okay, so this is your business. And imagine it takes you 10 years. Okay, so this is 15, this is 7.5, so this is 10 years. Imagine it takes you 10 years to build that business. But then in the 11th year, okay, you make a whole $1 million in just 1 year. How fantastic would that be? How fantastic would that be if you could actually then, after those 10 years, so from 11 years till your 30th, make $1 million a year. So that would be 20 times 1 million is actually make 20 million. That is only possible if you invest your time in this period to actually build your business, to build your skill set that you need in order to build your business, to invest the time and energy to build that business. Okay, so that is the secret to actually achieving success is that this, okay, which are the accumulation of your business skills and tools, okay, of your business skills and tools. This is only possible if you dedicate yourself to to learn those skills and actually master them and apply them on something that you love. So I've made another video about working and searching for and finding your purpose in order to know what you want to build your business about. So go ahead and have a look at that video. But the idea is going back to actually earning a million in 30 years, 40 years, depending on how old you are, is actually the scenario doesn't look well. Especially if you have some goals to purchase some big objects, like for example a sailing boat or perhaps a new house or a holiday house, whatever it is. Keep in mind also inflation eats at what you're actually saving at. And of course, this example does not take into account interest, but still, the fact is that you're not gonna make huge amounts of money, especially in turbulent economic times. There will be times that, for example, inflation will be much higher. And of course, also again in this example, I did not take into account perhaps salary increases. But still, it is the fact that most people are just not willing to consider deviating from the traditional route and working a job. I believe that working a business has huge benefits. Of course, it requires a significant sacrifice of time and energy, but the results are totally different. So I hope this video provided value. If it did, then please subscribe to this channel and see you in the next one. Thank you.